I think if women thought like that, more women would shoot their shots. I think women are more so, if not equally, afraid of rejection as men are. I think that's why most women don't shoot their shots, not because they don't understand the intentions, because you can figure that out if that man gives you a chance of what his intentions are, why he accepted you shooting your shot.
Shoot your shot, but know which game you're playing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you go ahead, you shoot your shot, but then if you miss, you can't get upset. You keep playing the game. You know what I'm saying? You just keep taking shots. At some point, you'll realize I keep trying to shoot threes. I can't make the three. So let me move up a little closer.
You can't tell. Listen, you can't tell the basketball players because they're
Uh,
gonna keep trying to shoot them threes.
and I might need to, do that layup, or you know what I'm saying, or take that shot, get the 2 points. So I think that's the thing, is that a lot of times, like you said, now that we think that we have access to people because of social media, I can hit them up in their, IG, or whatever, in their DMs or whatever. So in your mind, you're thinking you have access because they're gonna read my DM, and I'm going to be impressed, impress them or what have you. So I just really think a lot of times is that because of where we're in the space that we're in now, people are overshooting, and not, and get upset when they miss, and get mad at the person because they're like, nah.
No, but I think that to tackle what to see what you're saying, but a lot of times I think that it's harder for women to understand because if a woman shoots, if a decent looking woman, she may not be the woman, if she shoots her shot, he's gonna take her on. It's just that she doesn't know why he's taking her on. That's the problem. You don't think that, so if a decent looking woman goes to a guy and shows interest, he's gonna be like, okay, he may not want her to be a wife. He might not want her to be, his girlfriend, but
So
he's not gonna let that opportunity.
no, so Shane, if we're gonna have this conversation honestly, I think we should be really honest, right? I
You
think
don't think that?
no, and here's why. I think if women thought like that, more women would shoot their shots. I think women are more so, if not equally, afraid of rejection as men are. I think that's why most women don't shoot their shots, not because they don't understand the intentions, because you can figure that out if that man gives you a chance of what his intentions are, why he accepted you shooting your shot. But I think women are actually afraid of rejection. They're afraid if I shoot my shot that this man's going to shoot me down, and that they are averting the humiliation to that. But men are told, you got to be a man and just suck it up and take it on the chin if that woman turns you down. I don't think it has anything to do with intentions. I think it's all ego.
Well, I
Okay.
also, a
One,
little
one,
quick
one
back
second.
on
I want
that.
to clear something up real quick.
Okay.
Uh, I was like, I can't let you get away with that. You, we men are taught to shoot our shot from the age of 12. So I'm gonna tell you, most of us are not afraid to shoot the shot. There are some. I'm not saying all. I'm not saying all. But on the whole, we'll take that shot, regardless if it's a low percentage shot. We'll shoot that bitch from half court. We'll throw that Hail Mary. We don't now. We'll shoot the shot.
Well, what I was going to say is that I think the opposite. I don't know if there's a little bit of social conditioning with women shooting their shot, because a lot of times we're socially conditioned to not do that, and that the man is supposed to chase,
He is.
things like that. So I think now we're getting into a time period in which for women, shooting their shot is becoming more acceptable. But I think it all depends on what age range, what group you're in. Like from my generation, women, you didn't do that. You give signals to let a guy know that you're open
That's
for
shooting a
him,
shot.
for him to come to
No,
you.
but
When
shooting
I say shooting your shot, I'm thinking that you're the one that's initiating the approach.
No,
but
I'm my idea of let me clarify what shooting shot to me. I think that you're shooting your shot, even if you sit down at a bar and a guy, he's like, "Hi," just do a little flirtation. It's like an invitation. That's still you take the initiation on that. To me, is still shooting your shot. It may not be like the guy, but I still think of that as shooting your shot.
Yeah,
How can you
shooting
get
is
rejected
not
doing that?
pursuing, right?
Right. That's my
Marcus, what did
point.
you just say? What did you just ask?
How can you get rejected when you're doing it?
That's
That's what
what
I'm
shooting
saying.
your, that's why I don't think shooting your shot is just like, hey, no, shooting your shot is you're actively pursuing. And that puts you in a position that you may get rejected. If you're just sitting there at the bar, you're like, and he never approaches, no harm, no foul. But if you're trying to engage and show interest, then I think that puts you in a position of where you can get rejected.
But
I
I
love
think
this
I think
Well,
basketball
to that
analogy.
extreme, yes. But
no,
because most guys, when you even shoot your shot just a little bit, they're gonna be like, all right. They
that
just
So,
are.
I
so I
think
was, I
Can
was, I was
Go
always
ahead.
taught that dating is the one thing where you could take 99 shots, miss 99 shots, and hit the last shot, and you 100% because you only have to score one time. So it don't matter. Like if you feel like you being rejected by somebody, make up a backstory in your head, like she either got a man or she just missed the best thing ever in her life, and keep it moving and go to the next person. And I think if men did that, they wouldn't be angry about getting turned down by the women they want. Now I'm interested in I want to drag this out. What Anea said about women feel like they have a fear of rejection. Ha-
yeah, I don't think that like so shooting your shot is not pursuing, right? I think that that's something that needs to be made clear, and I think that's part of the social conditioning, right? Women are taught, drop the proverbial hanky, and like, if he's interested, he'll shoot his shot, right? Shooting your shot is initiating the conversation or interaction, right? That's it. You can still initiate and not lead everything, because that's the pursuit, is leading, right? You can initiate the interaction and not lead the whole time. But I think so many women conflate the two, that if I initiate, that means I'm going to have to lead the whole relationship, and so I'm not going to do it, right? I think also, if so many women are, you know what, I'm just going to be frank, women have very fragile egos, right? Very fragile egos. So if you come up and you start talking to a gentleman and he's just like, one worded answers, very uninterested, like that level of rejection could easily ruin a woman's like entire rest of the night. Whereas to what AP was saying before, and Marcus as well, men are socially conditioned of like, okay, she turned me down, I'm gonna go to this group of girls here and go shoot my shot over there. And he'll keep going the whole night until he finds somebody that will entertain him. Whereas women are just like that first guy that you were interested in. If he decides he's not going to engage in conversation, if he's going to say thank you but no thank you, even if he does it politely, like most women, that's it. The night is done. It's a wrap. And I think a lot of women won't do that because they're afraid of, one, the rejection is public. And even if it's like we're doing it through the DMs, I think women just like, because they're not taught to just keep going and that men should just naturally be interested in them, they don't know how to take that hit and keep moving.
So let's be
Okay.
let's be honest. Let's think of, because we're of age at this point. Everybody up here, but let's just think about when we were in our 20s, early 20s, and we had that one friend who would go get that guy that number for us. That's you shooting your shot. Like, girl, go talk to him. Give my number. That's a shot.
Okay. I'm gonna say I gotta say it. So the choosing signals is you letting us know that we're open for the shot. That's what choosing signals are. You shooting your shot at us is like us getting fouled in the act. It's a free throw, bet, and we're gonna treat you like a free throw. We're gonna go ahead and make them two buckets and throw up the deuces and go to the next one. Like we don't like women. Let the men hunt. Let the men go shoot they shot at you. When you shooting your shot at them, yeah, it's great for it could work out. I'm not saying it doesn't, but on the whole, thank you for the easy bucket.
So I was trying to think of times when women have shot their shot. If I was probably, well, let me see. In high school was the most like forward shot. I got like a note that said like, it was a pretty sexual note, and it was just like circle XYZ. So I circled the stuff in there. I gave it back to her, and it, you know, and I'm like, I couldn't see her getting turned down with anybody doing that. Like it would be impossible. She was an attractive girl. She was like, I don't know, like y'all really have it easy when it comes to that. So I guess anything will feel like rejection if you never had to actually experience real rejection.